products and we're done.
Are we gonna have a little teacher?
Yeah.
I think we have time. Was that Chinese?
No, that is.
No, she was speaking gibberish. She was
No, not you.
Yeah.
Is that English?
That is
Yeah,
a part of it.
All right, please watch the Chinglish, okay? Good English, please.
I was so confused.
All right, students, find your seats. Oh, wait, I forgot your popsicle sticks.
I'm pretty sure.
Where's your sticks? Okay, students. Our teacher.
I'm back.
Oh, we have a teapot. He's late.
No,
Oh, thank you.
I went back.
Yeah, you were late. All right, everybody.
This counts as a late.
Yep. Everybody, please give a warm welcome to Mr. Gavin. Hi, Gavin.
Hi.
You're gonna be a teapot.
Oh, wait, you're recording?
Yes, and it's for you.
All right. I'm a little teapot. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, little teapot, short and stout. Here's my handle, here's my stout. When I get a steam up, hear me shout, tip me over.
Question. What is this thing called again?
Stout.
Spout with a P.
Oh, okay.
Spout.
Okay.
All right. Very good. Have a good. Yeah, everybody, give him a round of applause. Well done, Gavin. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. All right.
Wait, Mr. Mega.
Yes.
You uploaded Thomas from 9th grade.
What?
Thomas from 9th grade. Thomas from 9th grade.
Yes, there are many people.
He doesn't so funny.
Oh, Mr. Mega.
Yes, Mr. If you search Mr. Mega on YouTube and then you go down and look until you see the school's logo, you'll find my channel.
And there's a Mr. Mega face.
So,
It's like this.
to tell me the first one. Gavin.
Huh?
Wow. Gavin, you might as well just have stayed up there. Gavin, foil this binomial.
It's a polynomial.
Foil the binomials. Foil means to multiply. First, outer, inner, last. Multiply these together. What do you get? Come up here, right here. All right, Gavin, what do you get when you multiply those two?
Oh.
Yep, you have to foil it. Gavin, can you explain what you're doing?
Oh. First, outer, inner, last.
Oh, and what's the last? There you go. All right, Gavin. Did everybody get what Gavin got?
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions for Gavin? Yes.
You said we got it. Has to say everybody.
Oh, did you get? Oh, no questions. All right. Gavin, in the future, try to talk a little bit more. But you're a little shy right now.
No, I'm not shy at all.
Okay. Oh, the second. Can you tell us the second one, Gavin? How do we do the second one?
Factor it.
Okay, what do we get?
You mean unfactor?
Yeah, factor. Unmultiply it. Undo it. Can you do it?
I don't think so.
Here, give a hint. It's going to look similar to this one.
Let me try.
How can I get 144?
Or negative.
And how can I get negative 20? How can I get 25 r squared?
Right arm.
Plus and a minus.
25.
25 times 25 is 25.
No, it's R. 5.
25 times 25 is
No, I'm a
625.
No, I'm a good student.
Annie, can you see what he's writing?
I'm going writing.
Not really.
I can see his head.
Yeah. So, and this is a hard thing to learn as a teacher. When you're writing as a teacher, so no matter what, you have to block somebody's view, right? When I'm writing, no matter what, somebody behind me is not going to be able to see, right? So, when you're writing, try to write like this, but then somebody over here is not going to be able to see, and then write like this. And you have to get really good at writing and moving while writing. So, writing on the whiteboard is like a dance. You need to write the numbers 4, 3, 2, and 1 while moving. Alright. Or do something like this, but it looks kind of weird when you're trying to hide. So just what I like to do is I don't try to not block. I just try to block different people at different times. So everybody gets blocked for a little bit of time. Everybody has a chance to see. Alright, well done, Gavin. So yes, Gavin got the answers correct. Here they are. 16x squared and negative minus 9. 12 minus 5r times 12 plus 5r. Yes.
Right, negative 5r plus 12, and then 5r plus 12.
I think that's the same answer.
Are these the same?
Yeah.
Yes. Right? Because if I switch this around, these are the exact same, right? And same here.
It's still a 6.
Yeah. So that's the same thing.
Nothing should be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Annie, as a habit, we tend to avoid making the first one negative. But it doesn't really matter. But, yeah. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alright. So, any questions before I move on? Come on in. I just think you're notes.
I found a very fast thing. That's all. Kind of like this.
Oh, really? The little cross thing?
No.
Did you learn it on Khan Academy?
On YouTube.
On YouTube. See, I like this.
Alright,
Alright, students, technology reminder. Online, some of you found it. Happy to hear. I assigned a video on Khan Academy. You all watch it?
No.
It is due, I believe, tomorrow at midnight.
I cannot go.
So tonight, go on. Now, what I'm doing here is I know a lot of you guys, when I first gave you a Khan Academy account, you signed in using your personal email, right? But school wants we want to all start using our school email, right?
So you can't use our old account?
So sad.
But I think I lost the old.
Yeah, I think it would be easiest for us, most convenient, if you switch over and start using the school email for everything. So that way you have everything school related on your school email. If you really want to use your personal email, I don't mind. But we're going to have to, well, I don't think the school has rules, but you're going to have to come talk to me. I'll give you the code for another classroom. But what I did is I created another classroom, another Khan Academy class.
What?
And this one's connected to the Google Classroom class. And so it automatically sent you out all invitations on your Google email, so please check your school emails. You should be able to just like click in and have it connect you. So it should be nice and easy. For now, what I'm doing is I'm keeping both classes open. So you'll have 2 classes that are written for me and Khan Academy. And so then you can watch the video on either, don't have to do both, just one of them for now is fine. And then once everybody's moved over to the new one, I will delete the old class, so we'll only have one.
What?
Alright? But I'm trying to move us all over to the one, because I have 2 Khan Academy classes. One that is just by itself, and one that's connected to the Google Classroom. And I want to be connected to the Google Classroom, yes.
So for me and Joshua that have our personal account, what do we do?
If you want, I can give you the password to connect to the school one, right? But it's probably easier just to start using your school email one, which I know you lose like your history, right?
Yeah, but like I don't know if I lost that.
The school email?
No, not the school email. Like how do I like change?
Are you? Because the one thing you lose when you stop using like your account and I looked into it because like Khan Academy keeps track of like all the videos you've watched and gives you badges and things, right? And I was hoping there was a way to get that all transferred, but no, they won't let you transfer it, which makes me sad. And so if you want to keep all those badges and things, I get it, I really do, and because that's a lot of work. And so if you want to, you can get yourself added to that account, but then you're going to have 2 emails, one for Khan Academy and one for school stuff. You have to keep track of both. So, up to you.
So like, how do I like change email? Like, what do you mean by change?
Oh, no, just check your school email. I sent you an email, a link to it.
So like, I just delete the old.
Yeah, delete the old one. You won't need it.
And then add and make a new one.
Well, it pretty much will make one for you. What I did, and I mean,
So like, make a new one with our school email.
yeah,
Okay, so I just like press sign in with Google.
and it'll sign it. Yeah. And so it should be pretty easy if you check your Google email, your school email. It should just already have you an email from Khan Academy that you can go and check it. It's all for you. Sorry, I understand. It's a little confusing at first. It'll get easier once we all get used to this. Then another thing is, if I go here, just give me a second. So class. Let's do this on my small screen for a second. Yeah, it's C3. Okay, classroom. Oh, that's why I've got numlock on. Okay. Alright, so if I go to the Google Classroom here, then you guys all it might look a little different for you, because this is my teacher side. But if I go to, do you guys have a similar thing like this?
Yes.
If you see down here, you have a folder. If you click on this folder, you can get a Google Drive. And what I've done, if you go to your Google Drive, you will see nothing. Now, you will see a Google Drive completely built for this class, where I have gone ahead and uploaded every PowerPoint I have used this term.
So we can review by that.
So here, if you're like, I remember somewhere in some slide there was this thing, but I forget, or I didn't get enough time, or Mr. Mega moved on too fast, boom. You can go here.
Wow.
Get it. Alright? So I'm hoping this is helpful. Alright?
Impossible.
Good. So here are all my things. Now, I warn you, I've had teachers and this is the reason I was a little hesitant to decide to do this. Right? Normally I want to give you guys as much material as possible, right? I want to help you. But I am worried whenever you give the student all this, sometimes students go, okay, well, I know I have access to this. Mr. Mega is giving this. So when the actual PowerPoint slides come up, you don't take notes, you don't pay attention. You just go, oh, I'll look it up later. But then you never look it up later.
That's me.
And so, please don't let yourself get lazy. Please still take notes. Still, please pay attention while I'm talking. Because just reading these isn't the same. A lot of times you will remember it better after having actually written it down. So I encourage you to still take notes, still pay attention, but use this as an additional resource. All right, don't let this replace what you're already doing. Does that make sense?
That's very makes sense.
Okay. Any questions on that? So if you're having a hard time finding this, just let me know. I have this, and I don't believe you have access to my other classes, but if you want, I can probably give you access to other classes. Okay, so you can look at their lessons. But you can also watch them on the YouTube account.
And you'll find that there.
One more time, I will review how to get to the YouTube account.
What is
Okay.
YouTube?
You go to Youtube and you type in Mr. Mega. Sadly, I'm not the top one yet, but I will be someday. I will be someday.
Yes, 95.
3, 4, I'm the 5th, it looks like, according to me, the way I, okay? 42 subscribers, 22
Wow.
videos. We're getting up there,
Wow, 42.
right? And
Oh, I'm a little teapot playlist.
yes, I made playlists for each
Well, that's
class.
Thomas.
9th grade B, 7th grade, 10th grade honors, and the I'm a little teapot.
Okay, play I'm a little bit.
You can watch these
No,
at
no.
home on your own.
No.
All right, so, but that is it. That's it. Let me now get started with our last lesson.
No.
All right.
0 views.
And this is what I actually kind of already told you guys. If you guys could do the second problem, the second entry task question,
You can go on.
you're doing great. Then you can pretty much already do these. All right. So I want to talk about special factoring problems. And we kind of already did this backwards when we multiplied them. Roger, I got your attention? Gavin, you
No.
too?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
So, the difference of two squares pattern. This says, if I have a squared minus b squared, I can factor this into a plus b times a minus b. In this example here, we have x squared minus 9 squared. That is the same as x squared minus 3 squared. 9 squared is 3 squared. So that's x plus 3, x minus 3.
Homework question.
Right? Is that from the homework?
No.
Oh, you want me to go over them? Yeah, I will understand. Okay.
Just a second.
All right, very good. Does that make sense?
Very, very good.
So we did this backwards before, right? We did a plus b times a minus b is the same as a squared plus, minus b squared. So now we're just kind of doing it the opposite way. And this is the way I really use it more. Honestly, in higher level math classes, this is way more valuable than being able to multiply. You can just multiply this out without remembering this pattern, but it's really hard to factor it if you don't remember that pattern. Because you look at this, and you're like, what's the, here, x squared minus 9, what's the greatest common factor? The GCF is 1, right? You can't divide it by anything. And then if you try to think, it starts getting a little complicated. But if you remember this, that makes it so you don't have to do guessing.
Wow.
So, ready? Let's do a quick fire. Ready? X squared minus 25. If I factor that, what does it become, Sydney?
这里写写。
X minus 5 times x.
X minus 5 times what?
X plus
Very good. So this is x minus 5 times x plus 5. Very good. How about this? 64 minus y squared. What do we get, Roger?
Easy.
11.
Lemon. Sour.
Roger, what do we get? Do you need help? So this one, Sydney did. X squared minus 25 squared. She got x minus 5, x plus 5. Right? Square root that, 5 and 5. So here, if I change it just a little, and I get 64 minus y squared, what do I get?
A.
Shh.
Okay.
What do you get?
Oh, oh.
Very good. 8 minus y times 8 plus 1. How about a slightly harder one, Sharon? Z minus 1? 2z plus 1. Students, my handwriting is not very good, as you probably know. So this is my 2, right?
Yeah.
This is my Z. I put this line here because if I don't put that line there,
Still the same.
it looks like a 2. Okay? So this line here tells you that that's the letter Z, not the number. If your handwriting's bad, I recommend putting the line there. That will tell math people, this is the letter Z, not the number 2. Okay? That is known throughout math. Okay? Almost, I think pretty much any math teacher you do that for won't be confused. They'll understand that's the letter Z.
Oh, mom.
Any
Okay. So, here is the other pattern. Alright? So, now last time we did a plus b squared is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Now, we're going to go backwards. If we have a squared plus 2 times ab plus b squared, we can factor it. So we can do these backwards. X squared plus 6 squared plus 6x squared plus 6x plus 9. That is x plus 3 quantity squared. We can go backwards. Just like before when we were multiplying them out, and I told you the pattern, squaring a binomial. Now we can just turn the equation around and use it to factor them. So, if I give you this, x squared minus 6x plus 9, and I want you to factor this. 6 is 2 times 3, right? 2 times negative 3. And negative 9 is negative 3 squared, right? So this is x minus 3 squared. Because it follows this thing. X is your a. X equals a. A is x. So this is your a squared. This is your 2 times a times b. And this is your b squared. B is 3 in this case. 3 times 3, 9. 2 times x times b, which b is 3, so 2 times 3 is 6 times x. 6x. Does this make sense?
No.
These are perfect squares. Do we know what a perfect square is?
No.
Just like square is very perfect.
Perfect square? Aline, do you know what a perfect square is?
A lean.
Can you give me an example?
35, 64.
3, 4, 5? 64 is very good. 64 is a perfect square.
4096.
4096 is?
Yeah.
0.48.
Ah, I forgot you. Hold on. I tried to get them all. 36, 49, then 64. Right?
81.
81. These are perfect
Square.
squares. Well, okay. Why do we call them perfect squares? Because there's something times itself.
Yes.
This is a perfect square. Because it's x minus 3 times x minus 3.
Well, it's
Does that make sense?
No.
This is a perfect square. Because it's something times itself. It's x minus 3 times itself. This is 2 times 2. This is 8 times 8.
Yes.
This here is x minus 3 times x minus 3. It's the same thing times itself, yes.
Patrick keeps throwing his pen away.
No. Fold down.
Okay,
Patrick, be aware that I'm recording this lesson. So I can go through and see things that I didn't see during the class.
Oh, wow.
And I can still give you a demerit
Oh, I see it.
after class.
Oh, Patrick.
Patrick.
So, be aware, students, I am watching you from the front and the back now. And I'm thinking about installing more cameras at different
Oh
angles.
my
No,
god.
this is not even
Yes, maybe I'll do one of those. Alright, so student, here's another perfect square. This is a perfect square.
Ugly square.
What is it? If I factor this, what do I get? It's what times itself? N plus 4.
4. Square.
N plus 4 squared. If I multiply this out, I will get here. They're the same, yes.
So if I
You'll
add
see.
16, she's
No, don't take something out of this because you have to take it out of all three of them if you want to do it that way. Okay? So in this case, we notice that 4 times 4 is 16, and 4 times 2 is 8. So it works. How about this one?
9.
9.
Not 9. You're close.
Yeah, 9.
X
Negative
plus
9. Minus 9.
Oh.
Because I've got the minus here.
Oh.
If I had a plus here, think if I take x plus 9, if I take this and multiply it out, right? This is the same as x plus 9 times x plus 9, which is x squared plus 9x plus 9x plus 81. I'm going to get x squared plus 18x plus 81. But I don't want plus, I want minus. So if I change these to minus, it will change these to minus, which will change this. Does that make sense? And notice 81 doesn't change because negative 9 times negative 9 is still 81. So that doesn't change. Make sense?
Yes.
Questions?
No question.
All right. Students, one more. Then I'm done. Stick with me. All right.
On to the homework.
Oh, I'll get over the homework here.
This bird is disgusting.
All right. So, a bird picks up a golf ball. Okay? Picks up a ball here
Wow.
and drops it while flying. The function represents the height, y, in feet, of the golf ball t seconds after it is dropped. The ball hits the top of a 32-foot tall pine tree. After how many seconds does the ball hit the tree?
T seconds.
That's what is t. So, we have y equals 81 minus 16t squared. Alright? It hits the 32-foot tall tree. But where do we put the 32? Y, right? Y is the height. So at this point, we want to figure out when it is 32 feet tall, right? Roger, you with me? Okay. So we want to solve this. So when we're solving these, first thing, actually I'm going to get these 81, 32 together. Right? So maybe I'm going to subtract 32. I'm going to get 0 equals 49?
Yes.
49 minus 16t squared. 49 is a perfect square. 16t squared is also a perfect square, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So this is a difference of squares. This can be my a squared, and this can be my b squared. So I get 0 equals a plus b, a minus b. But what's a and what's b?
4.
So is 7 minus 4t,
Yes.
7 plus 4t. Okay? So t could equal, if this is 0, t is 7 over 4. And if this is 0, t equals negative 7 over 4. Do you need me to show you how I solve that?
No.
So, what's the answer?
Number 2.
Number 2? Negative 7.4 seconds?
Number 1.
Number 1, you don't have negative time.
Right.
Right? So 7 over 4, which is about, well, no, it's exactly, is 1.75. There you go. After about almost 2 seconds, it hits the tree.
That's useless.
Makes sense? No, this is actually, again, I would use it the other way. I would count how long it took from the ball to hit the ground, hit the tree, and then use that to figure out how high up in the air the bird is.
Oh.
That's actually how I would use it in real life. I would do it again backwards. Oftentimes we learn how to do these problems forwards, and then in real life we need to do it backwards.
But you still need to tell a bird grab a ball and throw it from the air.
I don't know what you said. Okay, so before I let you go, let's go over our homework from last class.
No.
So please take out your homework from last class.
I don't
and
do.
a red pen.
I don't do. Oh, I do.
Yeah, I hope you did.
I
It's
did.
a two.
You better be joking.
I'm
You better be sure.
not racist.
Don't worry, I'll check it on the camera.
Don't worry.
Alright, so your homework 7, 13, 15, 25, and 30.
Hello, see
You have the answer to all the odds. Now it is time for me to give you the answer to the even problem number 30.
And 40.
First-
31st.
For some
And
people
14? I didn't sign 14, I said 13.
Is it
15.
You know some people have
14,
30
15,
for homework,
20,
sir.
13.
Oh, 30.
Okay, 30. Cliff diving. The height, h, in feet above the water of a cliff diver is modeled by this function. H equals negative 16t squared plus 8t minus 8. Where t is the time in seconds. How long is the diver in the air?
Diaper.
So if you jumped off, this would tell you how long will they be in the air.
Jump up.
Well, if h is a height, how do we know when you're on the ground? When they hit the water. What's the height when they're on the water when they hit the water?
0.
0.
Yeah.
So 0, we know how to figure out this out. 0 equals negative 16t squared plus 8t minus 80. We just need to solve this. Let's factor this. What's the first step in factoring this? Divide by the greatest common factor. Now, honestly, you could divide by 8, but I don't like having a negative 16 at the beginning here, so I actually chose to divide by negative 8.
Cheeky, cheeky.
2t squared minus t plus 10. Both are fine. You'll just have negative plus negative, minus plus minus instead. Both ways work. Alright, now we want to factor this. Well, one of them is going to have a 2t, one of them is going to have a t, and I need to multiply by 10. So it's either 1 and 10 or 2 and 5. They need to add to negative 1 when one of them is doubled. Well, if I take 2 and 5 and I double the 2, I will get 4. And then that would be, so, okay, so negative 5 plus 2. 2 times 2, 4. T times negative 5, minus 5. 4 minus 5, negative 1 it works. And students, if you're like, wow, Mr. Mega, how did you do that so fast? I've practiced, I've done this a lot. Okay?
Because you have the answer.
No, I don't. I did not look up the answer yet. The problems are quite simple here. I can still just do them while I'm talking to you. And so I just did that one. Did not cheat. Did not look it up. I just did that in my head.
Wow.
But I've done this a lot. Once you get good at doing these enough times, you start to realize that if this number is really close to 1, right? This number is really close to 1. You're gonna want to choose like the closer numbers, like 5 and 2, right? But if it's farther away, you'll want to use 1 and 10, the farther apart ones, typically. And you'll learn how to kind of guess a little bit more. You'll get better at guessing the more you do it. So that means t, this negative 8 can never be 0, so that's not going to help. But if this is 0, t is 5 halves. If this is 0, t equals negative 2. But negative 2, we cannot be negative 2 seconds in the air. So that's not going to happen. So they were 2.5 seconds is the answer. Or 5 halves or 2.5, all are okay. So if you got that right, give yourself a red check. If you didn't, write what I wrote down in red pen, please. Questions? Comments? Concerns? I know you know how to say red pen.
Stand at the back.
Shoes.
I didn't think that was English. Was it?
Stand back.
I feel like me.
Oh. I thought I heard home beat.
What's home beat?
I don't know.
Hoping.
Alright. Home beat. books and get started on today's puzzle.
No.
Today's puzzle. What would the duck say to the clerk?
What is clerk?
A clerk is somebody, so like, if you go to 7-Eleven, you know the person standing behind the counter who takes your money?
Take your money.
He takes your money, scans what you bought, puts it in the cash register, or holds your yo-yo cup and like looks at that, right?
And take it away.
Card. Yeah.
Take it
Uh,
all.
Those things, that person's called a clerk.
Yo-yo car.
Card. Yo-yo card.
Yo-yo.
Actually, I think we call them, I forget.
Yo-yo. E-carton.
Alright.
Card.
Oh, the easy card. Or the iPads. Or the
No,
something
no.
cash 2.0.
Yo-yo.
Shh, keep going.
No, yo-yo.
Need help?
Oh, I know it is you.
Oh, I almost forgot to spray all your hands.
Me too.
Me too.
I'll get you in a second.
Oh.
Alright, show me your hands as I come around. Welcome. Hands. Did I get, did you get enough?
Just very much and Oh.
Boys?
This is so cold.
Why is that one not working very well?
Ah.
3x.
Is that a
small.
pen?
So sorry.
Come back later.
Oh, free small.
Okay, well,
He
he
can
can
come back
You have a
now.
question?
He can come
Free
back
small.
now.
Yes, question.
Shush.
Yes.
I got it over there.
You need to borrow a pencil? No. Oh, yes. Right, good. I found it.
Oh, yeah.
1 times what equals 32?
What times what equals 32?
32 and
1 and 32, 2 and 16, 4
Eight.
8. I think got it.
So it's not perfect square.
32 is not a perfect square.
Oh no. No. 32 is trash.
Give you a few more seconds?
Huh?
Yeah.
I only finished 5.
Wow.
I give up.
5 more seconds.
5. 4.
But it's not every
Yes, every person.
And then run out. 3.
I don't know.
Mr. Vector, I have
Yes.
a question.
What? Oh, no more.
This. I hate you.
2.
I hate you.
Pretty much.
Plus 9 minus
It's gonna be one of those, right?
3 will be
Yeah.
odd.
It doesn't work if the answer's a decimal. But yeah.
See?
Alright, we'll cover one where that doesn't work later. Okay, students, answer. What would the duck say to the clerk? Put this on my bill.
Bill 9.
The nose of a duck is called a bill. And it means like, you know, your tab when you have to pay them later.
No, it's just it.
All right.
Exit
Exit slip. I want to do an exit slip today. I don't want to end it without an exit. I don't care what you want.
One of them.
Why
was
must
that.
you touch?
I have a question.
Shh. Exit slips are out.
It's
It is.
Why do you get it? I got two now.
I know.
so sad.
Finish what?
So, I kind of rushed this one a little bit, right?
What is
I rush it because I want you to have it memorized, not try to do it the old way. These ones you should be able to do like
Me too.
really fast.
Yeah.
Once you see the pattern, it's just like ding, 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 ding. All right, ready?
Ding,
Put
ding,
your
ding,
pencil
ding.
away. Take out your red pens.
And
We only have a 5-minute break here. We only have a 5-minute break. Come on, quickly. Roger, pen. Gavin, pen.
No,
Gavin, you normally love to have a pen out.
No, this is a red pen.
I don't believe you.
pen.
Is it also a pencil?
No, but if you see red is the most.
Then why were you writing with it?
No, because I'm corrected.
Wow, you can't be corrected until I tell you the answer. There's something fishy going on. Alright, and the answers are 3p plus 7 squared and 8 equals 8.
Why not negative or not C?
Not a negative 8. I know, it's fishy. Alright, everybody, have a good day. Hand